My name is Drea Jenkins, and I'm a Dartmouth 20. I studied computer science and linguistics, and I wrote an article for the fall 2019 edition of Apologia entitled, Does Prayer Matter? I first chose to write on this topic because I was thinking and discussing with others a lot about answered and unanswered prayer. In 2019, I was having a very difficult year myself, and I felt stuck and alone, and I didn't think God was answering my prayers for relief. I have always had a natural inclination toward prayer, but the difficulties I was facing that year made me wonder why prayer mattered to me. I decided that summer to ask, does prayer matter? But going in, I knew prayer mattered somehow. I wanted to figure out why. As I began research, however, my reasons for writing the article shifted. I stumbled upon a Pew Research study that showed that people pray a lot more than I thought they did. 20% of non-religious Americans pray daily, and about another 20% of non-religious Americans pray weekly or monthly. I realized and wrote in my introduction that meant at Dartmouth, I could guess that 2 out of every 5 of my classmates were praying semi-regularly. I was still researching prayer to find answers for myself, but I also wanted to document my process in order to serve people on Dartmouth's campus for whom prayer already was or could be their gateway to a relationship with God. In writing my article, I assumed that when most people think about prayer, they think about prayers of supplication, where the person praying is coming to God with a request or petition. I think this is especially likely among those who say they pray but don't have traditional religious beliefs. Everyone still finds themselves in situations where a little divine intervention could come in handy, whether it's an illness, some in-flight turbulence, or a difficult midterm. With prayers of supplication at the forefront of my mind, I decided to look for studies that looked at whether these prayers went answered or unanswered, only to find mixed results. I found studies that showed objective health benefits when people prayed for themselves or knew others were praying for them, but not for people who didn't know they were being prayed for. From these mixed results, the only conclusion I could draw for certain was that sometimes prayers do seem to go unanswered. This raises a serious potential objection to Christian beliefs about prayer. There are many places in the Bible where we seem to be assured that our prayers will be answered. So why do our prayers seem to meet with such mixed results? What explains God's apparent silence in so many cases? A letter by Augustine of Hippo shows that the Bible describes many circumstances in which our prayers might not be answered because our will is misaligned with God's. I also looked at the story of Job, which shows that the lack of an answer to prayer can even be God's way of revealing himself to us. Beyond prayers of supplication, I devoted a considerable portion of my article to expanding the reader's understanding of prayer beyond an overly simplistic request and answer model. Not all prayers are prayers of supplication, and thinking about other kinds of prayers and other ways that prayer can work helps to answer many common objections to the practice from a secular perspective. As Tim Keller states in his book, Prayer, Experiencing Awe and Intimacy with God, prayer is not merely a way to get things from God, but a way to get more of God himself. The practice of praying, especially through prayers of thanksgiving, confession, and lament, can help us to grow spiritually and become closer to God. Overall, I hope my article helped to encourage the practice of prayer for the readers of the Apologia. Knowing that most people, even many non-religious people, feel the urge to pray, and understanding how the practice of prayer is a reasonable way to speak spiritual truth should make Christians more confident and non-Christians more curious. At the very least, my article shows that spiritual disciplines like prayer are something that can be seriously and critically considered in the academic community. Thank you.